This is the Cholo News Report for Monday, 23 October 2017. The Philippines Armed Forces declares an end to military operations in the southern city of Marawi after 5 months of fighting. Offensive combat operations were terminated after troops put a stop to the last stand of rebel gunmen who clung on inside several buildings in the heart of Marawi and refused to surrender. The rebel occupation stunned a military inexperienced in urban combat, and stoked wider concerns that Islamic State loyalists have gained influence among local Muslims and have ambitions to use the island of Mindanao as a base for operations in Southeast Asia. Those fears are compounded by the organization of the militant alliance, and its ability to recruit young fighters, lure foreign radicals, stockpile huge amounts of arms and endure 154 days of ground offensive and air strikes. Typhoon Lan makes landfall in the Shizuoka prefecture of Japan, causing at least 2 deaths and 10 injuries. Voters in the capital braved torrential rain and driving wind on election day, as a projection from NHK said AB's ruling conservative coalition was on track to win a two-thirds supermajority. A powerful typhoon ripped into central Japan early Monday, leaving 2 dead and more than 10 injured, hours after millions struggled to the polls for a national election. Authorities advised thousands living in coastal areas or near rivers to evacuate to shelters as Typhoon Lan, described as very large and very strong, made landfall in Shizuoka southwest of Tokyo at around 300 am. A gunman holds 2 staff members hostage at a bowling alley in New Norton, Warwickshire, in the United Kingdom. The 2 employees, a duty manager and a lane host at MFA Bowl in New Norton, Warwickshire, were unharmed in the incident, which was not terror-related. Bangs and flashes were reported shortly before news of the arrest emerged at about 7 p.m., with about 15 armed officers seen running towards the bowling alley. Chris Clegg, operations director of MFA Bowl, said the 2 employees were checked over for shock, while the suspect was handcuffed. Shinzo Abe is re-elected prime minister as his Liberal Democratic Party coalition wins 312 seats, and retains its two-thirds supermajority in the 465-member House of Representatives. Mr. Abe has pushed for a shift in Japan's defense policy, calling for formal recognition of the military in the constitution. Mr. Abe announced the election on 25 September, saying he needed a fresh mandate in order to deal with the national crisis facing Japan. Abe had said he needed a new mandate to tackle a national crisis from North Korea's missile and nuclear threats and a fast-aging population, and to approve his idea of diverting revenue from a planned sales tax hike to education and child care from public debt repayment. Kyodo News Agency estimated turnout on Sunday, when heavy rain from powerful Typhoon Lan lashed much of Japan at 53.7%, 1 point above the record low in the last lower house election in 2014. And these are some of the latest developments in Japan.